Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're cracking the code on classroom communication. You know, all those essential English phrases that make a huge difference. Whether you're a teacher trying to lead the class or a student who's just trying to keep up, getting these words right is a total game changer.
Have you ever been there, sitting in a class, feeling totally lost for words? You know you have a question, but you just don't know how to ask it in English. Or hey, maybe you're the teacher, and you're wondering if your instructions are actually landing. Well, think of this explainer as your secret decoder ring for the classroom.
All right, let's start at the beginning. You know, every great lesson really has a strong start, so let's look at the key phrases that totally set the tone in those first few super critical minutes.
So you can think of these as the basics, the foundational commands. A teacher uses these to turn what might be a noisy, chaotic room into a focused learning space. Please sit down and be quiet kind of settles all the energy down. Open your books and look at the board, tells everyone exactly where to put their attention. And then, bam, let's start the lesson. That's the signal that it's officially time to learn.
Okay, so now we're in the heart of the lesson. This is where the real action happens, the back and forth between student and teacher. And having the right vocabulary here is, well, it's absolutely key for everybody involved.
See the dynamic here? It's like a call and response. The teacher gives an instruction, say, read this text aloud, and that immediately creates a need for the student, who might then ask, how do you pronounce this? It's this perfect little conversational loop that really drives the learning forward.
And of course, any lesson is going to be full of different kinds of tasks. Phrases like fill in the blanks or match the words. These are the instructions that guide pretty much every activity. And, knowing the difference between work in groups and work in pairs, yeah, that's pretty crucial for any kind of teamwork.
Okay, this is a big one for every student out there. The teacher's moving on, the concept is starting to get a little fuzzy. What do you do? Honestly, the bravest and smartest thing you can do is just ask for help. But how do you do that?
This right here, this might be the single most powerful phrase a student can ever learn. Seriously, saying I don't understand is not a sign of weakness at all. It's a direct signal for help. It lets the teacher know they need to stop and clarify. It's really the key that unlocks real understanding. Now, what if you're a little past I don't understand, but you just need to hear the idea one more time? This is your go-to phrase. It tells the teacher, hey, I'm trying, I'm engaged, but hearing it in a new way might just make it click for me. And sometimes a whole big concept is being blocked by one single unfamiliar word. Instead of guessing and maybe falling behind, this simple question clears that roadblock instantly. It's such a precise tool to get you right back on track.
All right, let's talk about the feedback loop. This isn't just about grades on a test. We're talking about that real-time communication that happens in the moment, the stuff that confirms whether learning is actually happening. This simple little question is like a teacher's compass. It helps them gauge the pace of the whole lesson, to know if it's time to move on or maybe go back and revisit something. And for students, your honest answer to this question, it shapes the entire class. So this slide really shows the two sides of the feedback coin. On one side, you've got those great, encouraging phrases like well done and good job that build confidence. And on the other, you have more direct, corrective feedback like that is incorrect or pay attention please. Both are absolutely vital for growth. You need both.
So, the lesson is winding down, but the learning doesn't stop just because the bell's about to ring, right? Let's quickly look at the essential phrases for wrapping up the day and handling that all-important homework.
Ah yes, the classic end of class exchange. It's so familiar. Students need to know what's expected of them, right? And teachers need to manage the whole collection and grading process. These super simple phrases just keep everything clear and organized for everyone.
When you really boil it all down, every single phrase we've talked about today is a building block. It's a building block of confidence. For students, it's the confidence to actually speak up and participate. For teachers, it's the confidence that their message is getting through. This is how a quiet classroom turns into a place where real learning happens.
So as we wrap up, I'll just leave you with this question. Whether you're a teacher prepping a lesson plan or a student grabbing your backpack for class, just think about it. What is the one phrase from today that will make the biggest difference for you tomorrow? Because mastering communication really does start with just a single sentence.